welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've got a mic. Someone believes in me. Anyway, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chitchat and I just love anything to do with hair, business, and just I do a lot of head wraps as well. So if you want to have a look at those, they're all in my shorts. So today I just wanted to have a chit chat about confidence and hair, and also mental health around these two subjects. So today I've got two scarves. I don't know which one to wear. I'm feeling like I want to wear this one because it's very bright and I feel like it's gonna make me feel good. I love this one. I hardly wear this one. I really love these. They're quite small. I got them from a beautiful lady from Kenya. Sent them down to for me, and I love them because they're so light. They're quite stretchy as well. A lot of times I do the big scarves, but sometimes I just want simple scarf. At the minute, my hair, I'm loving my hair and I'm rocking it. This is what my hair's like, but I know short hair is not supposed to be as hard. I mean, I don't want to say it's hard, but it's definitely a little bit of maintaining, which is okay with me because I'm always busy. I'm trying to make other people look cute, so I'm not too mad about that. But yeah, so I really love these. Let's go for let's go for this one. Let's go for this one. Let's go for this one because I feel like I always wear bright colors, and we'll do the bright pink one another time. Let me just do this simple scarf. So yeah, so lately I've just been, doing my usual, just doing hair and making loads of content and stuff. So if you still haven't followed me on Instagram, please do go and see what I do there. Yeah, it's lit. Good vibes on there. And also now I'm now on TikTok trying to build that, trying to see where that goes. But I'm enjoying it. It's fun. Yeah, so I love this. This is cute. This is cute, right? Okay, so today I'm going to tell you a funny story. It's not supposed to be funny. It changed my life, but I thought I'd share it because maybe someone could relate to it. When I do these cuffs, I always feel like my forehead is hidden and I'm trying to embrace the forehead, So I always push it further back. Yes. Okay, so I want to talk to you about a story about myself. In 2021, I decided, okay, so I did business and enterprise management as my undergrad, which I really enjoyed and use now a lot. But in, a couple of years after that, I decided to do digital media management, and I loved that as well. And I used it, I use it today. I'm using it right now. And it's been really helpful with Hair by Kiss. I feel like I've reached, the people I need to reach. And the other day I was in a hair shop, and this sweet lady came up to me. She's like, "You're the hair lady." A lot of times I was like, I can confidently call myself a content creator now, a micro one. But yeah, she was like, I really love like your stuff. And she was telling me, "Oh, I try to book you all the time and you're always busy." So I got her number, and you know what, as soon as I was walking into the hair shop, I was recording because sometimes I just randomly record, and I caught this interaction. It was so sweet. I might play that later. I might pop that there later. But yeah, so currently my hair's been like this. I've just loved it. I've just really loved it. So I'm gonna tell you a story about how I won't tell you what it's about, but I'll start. So I did digital media management, and I really loved that. I really enjoyed that. And on that course, like I said in my last video, if you've not watched it, I met the love of my life on that course, and it was brilliant. So after doing that course, I decided, do you know what? I really enjoy business. I love it. And I have a lot of people that come to me asking me for like tips and stuff about business and things like that. And I enjoy helping them. So I thought, oh, why not train to teach it? The biggest mistake I made was picking to teach in further education. Do I want to take that back? No, I'm not going to take it back. But okay, long story short, I signed up for a PGCE and I was doing further education. So the older the older students. So I was going to teach them business, like A level, that sort of thing. Okay, so I applied for this course and I got on it and I really loved it. I got on the course and Lord knew the trials and tribulations I was gonna face being on that course, because only the people close to me know what happened on that course. And I feel like this is the right time to speak about it because it's made me grow very much. I feel like I've grown a lot from that experience. But okay, so I started this course during COVID, and you already know during COVID it was a very challenging time. It was extreme, everyone's mental health was going, down, and you really needed the people you love around you. So I'm just so privileged that I did have the people that I care about so much, and also the people that cared about me so much on during this time of my life. Anyway, so my child was at school at the time. I had to take him to school and then go for my placement. Now, when I was on the course, the whole course was just messing with me. Like the whole course was challenging. Firstly, we had to I think we had a little face-to-face interaction, and then it was changed to online interaction, and then eventually we were to go to our placements. And when you have a placement on the PGCE course, usually I think they switch you between three places of education, so or two, but this time they said they were going to keep me at the same place of education, so which was a college out of where I live. And yes, I was really excited for this journey, extremely excited. So when I got on this placement, everything just seemed like so difficult for me. I didn't feel like I fitted in, because at the time I was the only person of color in my department. As well, I want to say trainee teacher because that's what I was. So I wasn't a qualified one. I was a trainee teacher, and I just felt out of place. And a lot of times I hear people complaining, people around me complaining about the corporate world and work and how stressful it can be sometimes. But I've never really experienced it like that, because I've mostly worked for myself, or I've just done, like I've worked for agencies like schools, and I've done a lot of things, but I've never been in a place where I have to be, there for like from 9 to 5, and yeah, and it's my life. So this was the time I was going to really experience that. So obviously COVID was already challenging for the situation. The fact that I had a child was already challenging for the situation, and I also had some personal issues going on in the background as well that I was trying to sort out. So long story short, I was a single mum, trying to juggle the course, trying to work as a hairdresser, and also just trying to progress in life through that course. So anyway, every time I got to the college where I was doing my placement, I just had a sunken feeling, like it was an awful feeling. And eventually it started to get worse because I felt out of place, and I absolutely loved my students. They were absolutely great, and I can't say anything bad about them because we really got on, and I really enjoyed the experience. But there was one person on the course that just made my life hell. And you know, it's only when I've stepped back and thought about it, I can just see how bad it really was for my mental health. So as a very happy person, I started teaching the business, but every time I did something, it's like I didn't do it right. There was always something wrong. And the final straw for me was my mentor. I'm trying not to say too much, but was my mentor reporting me for a small incident that I'd had in the classroom, which was I think I was on the computer, and I was doing the register, and I forgot to close the tab which was showing the students' names. But at the time in the classroom, it was only me and the students, and I think a couple on the at home, sorry, watching. And as soon as I realized I'd opened that tab, because I was learning, so I had to open it. I closed it, but I think it was too late. And I got to my office, and everything was fine. My mentor was looking at me as though everything was fine, just smiling in my face. And then I got home and I got this long email. I think it was a disciplinary for breach of GD GD GDPR. Completely accepted that, but I did stress that this was an accident, and the lady that was giving me this disciplinary was very understanding, and she was just saying, when something happens, we have to deal with it straight away, and we know this is a common problem for trainees or whatever, so just keep an eye out for it. So I really respected that, and I assured her that it wouldn't happen anymore. But, after that disciplinary, I could not sleep. I was just so upset. I was telling people around me, I was telling my mom about it, and it just made me feel really, really down. Not just the incident of, not just this incident, but so many other things. Okay, so example, so sometimes I would go in with like a long middle part, long weave, and everybody would be, I love that so much. And then sometimes I'd walk in with my short afro, and I would get comments like, "Oh, what's up with you today? Is this what's going on with you today? Like I'm ill or something." I just started to feel really self-conscious about my hair, which is something I've never really had. I'm the one that makes everyone feel comfortable and confident about their hair. So, yeah, I used to change my hair quite a lot, and every time it was a topic of the conversation, but not in a great way. It made me feel really uncomfortable. And so, I usually do crochet braids. I used to do a lot of crochet braids like this. And so it would be like a big afro. And I'd get funny comments about my hair. Okay. And that used to upset me a lot. So I always used to, and when it was like a Friday, I'd always get so anxious. I'd always get so anxious about my hair. What am I going to do to my hair? Because everybody's going to be like talking about it. So I would, and I have type 4 hair. I don't want to say 4C because it's changed a little bit. It's like a 4B, some 4C. I wanted to do, because for the interview when I went to the college, I had the middle part, slick back, little bun at the back. That was all my hair. And it was basically this. So this was the day I went for the interview. And it was, yes, nobody said anything about that. Everybody loved it. And, anyway, so I used to stress about my hair, and every Friday I would be gelling, stretching, gelling, doing all sorts of stuff to my hair just to make it, be slicked back. And I used to keep a scarf on from Friday to Monday morning, and I'd take my scarf off and my hair would be laid. But because my hair is a type 4, I always had the waves. Yeah, so I always felt like I needed my hair a certain way for the days that I was at my placement. I just felt uncomfortable with the comments about my hair and just even the looks. And I also experienced just seclusion. Like I didn't feel like I belonged, because one, I was the youngest person in that office at the time, and the rest were much older than me, and we hardly had anything in common, and we're just from different worlds, and I was really struggling mentally. My mentor, specifically a lady, because I had two, but it was the lady, she made my life hell. Just constantly trying to prove to me that I was not cut out for this, I could not do this, just, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just so difficult, and I felt like quitting so many times, and everything was against me basically. But my hair, it was it was all stressing me out so much that I basically I had a mental breakdown. And to this day, I think only a few people know that, because I'll tell you what happened. There's so much to this story, and I'll tell it properly at the right time, when I feel when I can speak about it freely, because it doesn't bother me anymore. But I just look back and I think, what on earth was that? That was terrible. So it started to kind of manifest through my hair, because every time it was a weekend, I had to do my lesson plans and stuff, and work never ended. And also, this specific mentor had a problem with me picking up my child a little bit earlier, so that I could go home and then log back online and get back to work. She just made my life a living nightmare. And so I was always thrown in a corner, and they'd say to me, "Oh, you know what, if you just say you need a break because this is too much pressure for you, you're not used to it and you can't do it, so and then try and continue another time." And the only reason they were trying to make me do that is because if I said I want a break, it's like good for the books, that it doesn't show as though I quit. And I know these things. So I said, no, I don't want to quit. I just want you to help me, because I was going through some personal stuff. And then I was having big issues at my placement, and I spoke to my course leader at the university, and he was brilliant, but he wasn't hearing me until my mental health went, crazy. So an incident happened, and I just had enough. So one day I turned up to the college and I was having a chat with my mentor, and I just, what do they say these days? I crashed out. And I asked her, I said, well, I thought you would be able to speak to me and correct me and stuff. Why would you report me when when I'm learning as I go? She's very condescending, very patronizing. We also went through these things. And she specifically said, I only had a few minutes. There was a certain uh, time that basically she was saying like, as soon as this thing happened, she was speaking about the fact that I let the register show a little bit. I had to report it straight away. I didn't have time to come and speak to you, which was absolutely fine. But I just felt like she had it in for me and she didn't want me to win, you know. And she was just making everything so difficult for me so that I could quit. So we all had a meeting. So the university and my college had a meeting. Oftentimes, the college wouldn't come for the meetings. It was just the university. And I remember crying so much on this meeting. And one of the ladies said to me, "It seems as though you're not, like you can't handle this. You're too emotional. This is not for, you know, emotional people. You have to be strong, because, a lot of people are doing this. And if you can't handle it, quit, basically." And so I wrote an email. I've got all these things. I've got, all these things on my laptop. I wrote an email to the course leader, and I said to him, I'm being told to ask for a break, basically, and I don't feel like that's right, because I don't want to have a break. I want help, and I want to switch placements, because I don't feel like I belong. Long story short, I felt out of place as a person that looks like me. Okay, that's what I can say. And nobody was listening. Nobody was listening. And so one Friday, I had so much, like, I had some marking to do, and I was stressed out, because as on the PGCE, as you're studying, you're also teaching, you're also learning to teach, and you're also preparing for like observations and things. So you had to have a thorough sorry you had to have planned your lessons properly so that you could get marked on your observations. And this stressed me out so much that I used to constantly think about Monday. Friday comes, my head was spinning. I used to want to do my hair and also just prepare for the lessons and also prepare for my observations and also prepare to go into this college that made me feel like absolutely awful. So one Friday, I did my hair, prepared myself, went to work on the Monday. I came back on the Monday and I had the worst day ever. I feel like this is the day I had the interaction with my mentor. And I came home and I just had enough. And this never happens to me, but on this day, I just found myself touching my hair. And my hair was, slicked to the back. And I first took the scissors and I cut my hair. Just randomly. I would never do this. And then I took the, what do you call it? I took the thing and I started to basically buzz cut my hair, like the sides. I just, not like in a pattern or anything, just, and I managed to cut one side, right? But I cut it too high and all of my hair was gone and I was crying as I was doing it. And then the other side, I did, the other side I did just at the back and I wanted to cut all my hair off. And at the time I didn't realize I was having a mental breakdown. And I just took a break and I got a phone call off my partner. And he was like, "Oh, what are you up to?" I just told him, I said, I've cut my hair. He says, okay, that's not a problem. Like, he's really good like that. That's not a problem. Just meet me at the barber's. But you can cut it, at least have it done, have it cut properly. So I went to the barber's. I met him there. I found me sat in the barber's chair and I was not present, but I was just sat there and the barber asked me what I wanted to do. And I cut my hair. Basically, I just had this bit left. This is what my hair looked like. I absolutely hated it at first, but I learned to love it. And everyone around me liked it. But this was the reason behind me cutting my hair this way. And I remember after that, I wore a scarf all the time when I went to the school because no one knew I'd cut my hair. I kid you not, all I had was the top. So I did some twists at the top, right? And yeah, I just used to have wrapped them in a scarf, but I was completely sad. And I went to the college for the last time and I went home and I remember I was talking to one of my friends on the phone. She was also on the PGC and I was just crying to her, telling her I absolutely hate this thing. It's making me so sad. I can't sleep. Constantly dream about the lesson plans. I'm just so under so much pressure. I can't stand it. And she's saying to me, if you message the course leader and say this and that, because they have a duty of care for you, I think they'll have to do something about it. And you'll also have to take things into your own hands and give yourself a break. Like give yourself some grace and come off this course. I was determined. I was like, no, I'm not quitting because I want the certificate at the end of it because I've put so much into this. I can't just be thrown off it and all this is for nothing. No way. So I messaged the course leader and I told him, I said, I've done this and I've done that, and here's all the emails I've been sending to you about the stress I've had on this at this college. What can you do for me? How can you help me? Because I still want to be on the course. I still want to complete it. And he said, I'll sort it. The next day on a Monday, I think it was on a Monday. This was during COVID times. Nobody came out like that. My course leader was at my doorstep. This is the first time my course leader saw me face to face. Because my interview was online. And he just said to me, "I'm so sorry, we've not been listening. Like, I'm going to take you out of this college and you can still complete the course." And I was stood there just looking at him. I had no hair. And I said to him, "Look, but I've cut my hair. All my hair's gone." And he was just like, Pause. Okay, we're good. He was just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And these times, when you're having a mental breakdown, sometimes you don't even you don't realize it. So he was like, oh, "Kiss, I'm so sorry," because everyone knew on the course like I'm obsessed with the scarves and the hair and big hair and stuff. So when I cut my hair, it was a really big thing. But no one else knew about it, you know. And oh, I just remembered. When I first cut my hair, I was trying to make myself feel good. So I came home and I was showing my son what my hair looked like, and this was the video. Are you excited to see it? I cut it. So after words of encouragement from my little boy, you know, I could conquer the world and that, and I just found a new love for myself. I just felt like I'm gonna do what I want. If I want to wear a scarf, I'm gonna wear a scarf. If I want to rock my hair, I wear my hair. If I want to wear a big, Afro wig, that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it with confidence, and nobody can tell me otherwise. Anyway, after my course leader came to my door and said, "I'm really sorry," at that moment, I should have known I was, really struggling. But he said to me, "You are not okay." And the next week I went to my doctor's, and I got well, I had, like a chat with my doctors, and my doctors were telling me I was going through depression, anxiety, and the lot. I remember when I went into okay, so when I went to my GP's, I went to reception, and usually you don't get appointments that easy. So I went to reception. I was telling her I desperately need to see my GP, and she said, "There's nothing. You're gonna have to book in like a couple of weeks time." I said, "No, I can't. I can't wait." She said, "No, sorry," and I stood in front of her and I just started wailing like, who does that? She said, "Come here, love, come here," and I went. This is why I can't be depressed, because I'm so dramatic. Listen, as I was wailing, I didn't care who was in that doctor's. Okay, I needed help. So the lady says, "We're gonna get your doctor right now." Doctor come out, and he came in and he was seeing me. He was seeing me. It was a crisis. I could not stop crying. I was so miserable. And I told him everything. And he was like, "There's no way you can continue this course. No way." He said, "If you're gonna continue, do it from home and don't go nowhere." So I said, "Fine." So I was allocated in my towards the end of my course, I was allocated a lovely lady, a lovely black lady, and she became my mentor, and she was absolutely amazing, and she got me through the rest of the course. I passed that course and I was so happy. So today I can say that I did get my PGCE. And yes, so at my graduation, only 5 people out of the entire cohort turned up for the graduation. That's how bad the situation was. But I wanted to turn up because I wanted to look some of the people in the eye, because they were not going to break me. Even though it cut my hair, they weren't going to break me any further. So yeah, this is my graduation. This is me. Yeah, and that just empowered me so much. Like, you can't tell me what to do with my hair now. I will, I'll do what I want. I will rock my hair. I will wear the scarf. I'll just be unapologetically myself, you know. And I feel like there's a lot of women who experience the same thing, especially in a workplace or maybe even outside a workplace. Hair is the topic. And if the hair is not right, nothing else works out. I'm trying to learn to not let hair take over me, Say I'm going to an event and the hair is not doing what I need it to do, listen, I will throw on a scarf. I'll throw on a wig, one of my Afro wigs or whatever. I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna go, because I feel okay within myself to turn up that way. And before that, I usually wouldn't. A lot of times now, I usually rock textured wigs, because I just feel like they are much more closer to my hair type. I do I do have some straight wigs, and sometimes I will for certain events, but you know, usually I like to have my big scarf, my big afro, or just my hair. So yeah, so that's my crazy story, and I just wanted to share it and just encourage somebody that has had a similar experience. Um, just to encourage you to just love yourself, because if you don't, nobody else can love you like you love yourself. And I forgot to say, when I was going to the college, I had so much anxiety, right? I don't know more, but I had so much anxiety that I used to cry. Driving to the college, and I was listening to Kirk Franklin. What's that song? I forgot. I think it was Smile. I was going through it. I was going through it. Anyway, do you know what I later found out? I later found out that they told. I was so sad to leave my students, by the way, because I really connected with my students. I later found out that they told my students that I had a big exam and I had to quit. I had to leave unexpectedly. So that's how. So yeah. So they told my kids that, and also some. I just can't stop laughing because one of the students told me this. Um, After later on in life, she told me, she said, "Oh, we really missed you. Wondered where you went." And I didn't tell her what happened, but maybe, maybe she found out. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And continue to watch my shorts and follow me on Instagram. It's Hair by Kisser. Thank you.